It's like a rock concert here.
I love
so
it.
Cool.
Yes.
Look at this fancy couch, you guys.
So nice.
This is so fancy.
So how are the folks of Seattle treating you guys?
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
been
You guys
lovely.
are awesome.
Excellent.
Seriously,
So
give yourself
sweet.
some applause.
Yes.
Now, before I get to our questions up here, I actually have a question for you guys out there. Since it's dark, I really need some noise. How many of you started watching My Hero Academia since March of 2020?
Ooh.
You know, Monica and I had this conversation about how the fan base and how the times have actually really helped the My Hero fan base. And Monica, and you guys can join in as well, but do you want to talk about why you think My Hero is really growing?
Well, it's one of those shows that resonates with everyone. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your gender is. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is or your race or your religion. Everybody loves the show. It's just a good show with really great messaging and super awesome characters that I think everybody that can relate to in some way. Like, no matter who you are and what you're into, there is a My Hero character, hero or villain, that you're gonna love, right?
Yes.
Indeed. Yes.
And I think that during the pandemic, people ran out of stuff to watch, and there's like, what's this show? Why do my friends keep yelling at me about Kirishima and Bakugo? I should probably watch it. And so now we have all of these new folks that have come into the anime fandom thanks to My Hero. So thank you guys for telling all your friends.
Now, with that being said, Lucy, you know where this is going. What did you guys binge watch during the downtime?
Ted Lasso! I knew exactly where, we've already had this discussion, so I cheated. But no, I think I watched everything.
Same. I watched everything. I watched all of Shonda Rhimes' shows. So all of the Grey's Anatomy and all of the Scandal. I just finished Outlander.
Oh.
I know
I love
the women
Outlander.
are like, "Arr, yes, Outlander.
Dude, Emily got me into Outlander, and the new season's coming out. I'm like,
I know.
yes.
I'm so stoked.
Let's
I
do
went
it.
and followed all of them on
They have
Instagram.
Outlander tours in Scotland. Like, I want to go on one.
I totally want to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, yeah.
David.
So I love Outlander, but WandaVision!
WandaVision! Oh my gosh. That is so good.
What about you guys?
No, I'm listening to you. You guys are fun. You guys are doing good.
Also, Great British Baking Show. Like that is a big.
I oddly did not binge watch any of like the current titles that you guys. I had never seen The Walking Dead, and so it's 10 seasons. So it took me. Yeah, I watched the entire, all of it, everything. So that's what I did.
It's like the One Piece of like regular television.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I finally caught up on some stuff that I was missing. I finally watched the 3rd season of Attack on Titan to prepare for the final season, which then I watched immediately every week as it came out. I watched. I actually caught up on a lot of anime that I was backlogged on. I watched all of Fire Force. I don't know if you guys are watching that. I started an Inuyasha rewatch. So I'd never finished it before, so I've been going through that, and I'm still doing that one. That was taking a little bit more time, but and then the Marvel shows, the WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier,
And Loki.
and Loki.
Loki.
Watching Hawkeye right now.
Yes.
So.
What about you, Justin?
Oh gosh, what didn't I watch? Yeah, I watched a bunch of junk, and you don't have to cheer for it if you don't care. But I watched The Righteous Gemstones. I watched Vice Principals. I watched Succession.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I expected. I watched Futurama and Archer. Hey, all right, see cartoons. That'll do it. And a bunch of other stuff. My media diet kept me very full. Let's say.
But then when you were able to go back to work, did you all have to build a home studio? Did you already have a home studio so that built so that you could go back to work?
I think everybody's a little different. I think most of us had some sort of recording capability at home because we have agents and we do other things like commercials and whatnot. So you have to be able to record your auditions at home and have them sound professional. I think that we all realized very quickly into this that we were going to have to step up our game. So I know, like, my home studio was like, I made it myself, and it's pink and awesome, and I love it. And then I realized very quickly, oh, when it rains, you can hear it. Yeah. And now that I don't get to choose when I record, I have to go by their schedule. This isn't going to work. Yeah. So I had to pay a lot of money to have a real studio brought in. But it is the best money I've ever purchased, because now I can roll out of bed and just like, hello, I'm ready to record. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have, my story is very similar, so I won't take up the time. Same, I had a semblance of something that worked well for the times and what I needed it for, and then immediately, I think it was April, we kind of exchanged some messages about it. April, I was like, I have to pivot, this has to be something better. And immediately talked to all my engineer friends, and I love now. So yeah, it's like people, when now they give me the option, do you want to do this in studio? I'm like, do we have to? I can do this here. Yeah.
Yes, I already had a little studio at home that is pretty good sound-wise. But I recorded things like audiobooks and stuff from home. I never thought I would record anime at home. That was just always a studio thing, and with having to match flaps and stuff. But honestly, I think it's been partially a blessing in disguise. I think the fandom has noticed that studios are able to cast people from different markets a lot more easily, and it makes the dubs that much more diverse and interesting. So yeah. I hope portions of what we've done stick around, you know.
I had no home capabilities originally. Like, I couldn't even do auditions from home. The one time I ever did an audition from home, I literally threw my comforter over myself and my microphone and just sort of hoped and prayed that it was good enough. But I was very fortunate. A friend of mine had a whisper room, which is essentially a professional box to record in. And I reached out to them. I was like, "Hey, what were the dimensions of that whisper room that you had? I need to probably buy one because I have no way to record in my house." And she was like, "Oh, I actually want to sell that. Do you want to buy it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Do you want a microphone and a preamp and everything?" I was like, "Yeah." And so she just was like, "Here's everything."
Do you want me to deliver it? Yes.
Yes.
Great.
And it was seriously everything was professional studio grade stuff, and it was just here you go. Oh, and here's two monitors and a monitor stand and just an HDMI cables. I was like, heck yeah! So I got it I got it really cheap because it was all used, but it was barely used. And so then I was like, well, this is mine now, and it's been great because now kind of like what Lucy was saying is it has expanded, insanely what we're allowed to do. Just this past week, it was announced that I'm in the newest part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and so is David.
Yes.
And I mean, a year to 2 years ago, well, probably 2 years ago, because we've been in this for 2 years now. But 2 years ago, that would have been a whole process. We'd have to get on a plane and
fly
go
out there.
to LA and stuff. And now they're like, oh yeah, you got a home studio. It's fine. Right. You're in. Cool. Awesome. Great.
Justin, did you have a setup already?
Oh, we don't have to talk about me. Well, let's just say my journey was interesting, as it is, because I had kind of sort of cold feet about getting a full studio set up in my home, because at the time I was like, well, it's all gonna blow over in a couple months, so, right? How embarrassing. But we make it work, right?
What is this week, this is week 98 of our 2-week quarantine or something, right? Something like that, something absurd.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, by show of hands, how many of you recorded in your PJs?
Boys!
It's phenomenal.
What is happening?
Wait. It depends on how you define PJ.
We don't want to know.
Yes.
Because like, does
You'd have
that
to wear
mean-
PJs
Does
to
that
be able to
mean
record
that like
them.
I purchased these things in the pajama section? Like, so like, I have a pair of shorts that I really enjoy.
You sleep in them?
No, I don't really sleep in them, but
Then
they're
they're not
very...
pajamas.
Okay, then no,
That's
yeah.
not pajamas.
Then my non-hand raise was accurate.
Can I say though, during the summer, and I don't know if you guys dealt with this, so in studios, like you have to be very careful about air conditioning. We all live in Texas. I don't know about you guys, but I have recorded whole
I know.
sessions in like as little as possible. Because you're just sweating, right? And you're like, of course I'll do another take. So yeah, I
That's
I
the
will
best
not tell
reaction.
you.
Same.
Back there, back in the about, I don't know, 20 rows back, there was the best reaction to I live in Texas. It was like, whoa.
Wow. Like,
Which,
whoa.
let me tell you, I feel the same. I feel you.
We all do.
Yeah.
We get it. We get it.
But to speak on this whole thing, I have been very strict with myself that, especially in the early parts of the quarantine, I felt like we were all going through something, right? And it was very common for people to be struggling with a sense of depression.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest with you, one of the ways that I decided I was like, I'm going to combat that feeling of depression is I'm going to get up every day and treat it like I would any other workday. So I got up and I went through my routine. I brushed my teeth.
Did
and,
you wear
and
shoes? Do you
changed.
wear shoes as well in the booth?
I let the shoes go.
Now that's the question I want to know. Is like,
But
Yeah.
I genuinely had this whole thing of like, get up, get dressed, and treat it like any other day that you would normally have gone out into the world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, ladies, he's a professional.
That's right.
so,
I don't think I've recorded in shoes literally since
Months.
February of 2000.
except for the third movie where they
Right.
actually had us come into the
I
studio
was
to
in a
record.
studio for that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Woo! Third
Woo! Third movie. Woo! Texas. Oh.
Oh,
Amen, sister.
oh yeah.
All the time.
Do you remember prior to auditioning the hubbub around the manga, word around the studio that there is this project, of My Hero? Do you remember and then thinking, oh man, I need to get on that show?
Yes.
So I was actually directing at the time on a different show, and we'd been doing a bunch of simuldubs. This was still the early days of simuldubs for Funimation, and so we had been doing like 12 shows a season, 16 shows a season, numbers that today make the number of simuldubs that comes out of Funimation look like measly, but at the time it was phenomenal. And there was some starting buzz about this show called My Hero Academia, and we all didn't know really much about it. Like, we knew the manga was around, and there were a few volumes of the manga out, but not too terribly much. And there was a lot of talk about like, oh, this might be a big show. This show has a lot of potential to be something big. And I was like, okay, cool. And then, but then the season came, and the number of simuldubs went from like 16 or 18 or whatever it was to 6.
It's expensive, y'all.
And so all of the actors who had been like, oh, this is great, like I'm a good voice actor, and I'm working on all these shows, and I'm paying my bills, suddenly we're like, oh crap, there's no work, like if you're not in these 6 shows, you're not getting a paycheck, And so at the time, there was a lot of stress and a lot of like, I got to get on the show. And for me personally, because the number of shows went from 12 or 18 or whatever it was to 6, and I was just on contract for directing, it was like, well, you're not going to have a show to direct next season. I was like, oh, all right, cool. So then that became my thing of like, well, I better get onto My Hero Academia because I'm not going to have a paycheck. And so yeah, and then we did the auditions, and it was pretty nuts. I remember a lot of people wanted to audition for it, and and it's funny. We as actors are funny people because sometimes we get offended by things that are not really offensive, like that they'll get like. There were people that were like, well, why didn't I get to audition for the show, but they got to audition for the show? And it's like, I don't know. They asked. Like they asked, could I read for this show?
Sometimes
like,
it's that simple.
And it's really just
Sometimes
sometimes
it
that
is.
simple. But like, it was crazy to see these people and then a lot of those people ended up getting into the show anyway that didn't get
Every
auditioned.
season,
So.
new characters were introduced, so people have gotten to be a part.
So a lot of people were held off, because it's like, I know there will be a better character for you
That's
in the
the
future.
thing. When
and-
you audition, you really just want to do your best. Because you're auditioning for
The
not
show.
just the roles that for the future. Yeah. So yeah, I'm the only thing I can add to that is I remember sometimes we audition in person and sometimes, or at least in the before times, and sometimes we audition at home in our studios, and you email the auditions in. Now most of everything is audition, via email, remote recording. But this was before I actually lived permanently in Dallas. I happened to be in Dallas doing a play at Dallas Theater Center, and Colleen was like, "Hey, do you want to come in and audition?" And we get to the point where we audition for a bunch of stuff, and you just go in, you do your thing, and you try to just move on with your day and forget about it and whatever. And I was just there I think I was recording something, and then afterwards I was going to audition. And I remember, and I hadn't heard a ton of buzz yet. I wasn't connected into that yet. And I was ready to do the audition, and like 5 minutes before I was going to go in, Colleen passed by the lobby, and she was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, it'll be just 5-10 minutes, and you've heard about this show, right? It's has the potential to be really pretty big." And all of a sudden, I was like, "I really want this show." Like before, I was just gonna go do my thing, and then all of a sudden, my investment just went. And so yeah, and I walked in with those kind of nerves, and and auditioned, and it turned out okay, but.
So speaking of auditioning, did you audition for other characters other than who you ended up with?
Yes.
Yeah, I auditioned for, here's one thing that you guys probably already know about anime, but just in case you don't, we normally use our natural voices way, way more than you would think in anime, right? True. So for me, I like to do really fun and quirky voices. So whenever I audition for a show, I look for the strangest characters, right? I'm like, who are the weirdos? Those are my people. Yeah. So I auditioned for Tsuyu, and I auditioned for Manetta, and then... And I auditioned for Ochako, but I was like, and I think I said this in my audition, like, if this is not Lucy Christian, there's something wrong with the world, but I'll read it. But in the end, it was kind of funny. This is your little bit of My Hero trivia. Apparently, Colleen couldn't decide where she was going to put me and Brina Palencia. So there was a 50% chance that I would have been Manetta.
Yes.
And I love you, Brina, but I win. Because Manetta is...
He's our favorite perv.
She does such a great job with him, but...
He does.
Ew.
I read for Tsuyu. I read for Manetta. I think I read for Headphone Jack.
Jiro.
I think I read for Jiro. But then I read for Ochako. But I've got to tell you, I was not going to audition for the show because I don't live in Dallas. I live in Houston, and that's 4.5 hours away. And I had been driving up for years and years and years, but I had 2 small kids at home at the time. And I was like, you know what? I need a little break. I'm not going to audition for anything new. I'm going to keep doing One Piece and the shows I have, but I'm just, woo, One Piece, yes. Talk about a pandemic, watch, yes. Yes, my kids have just started watching One Piece. They're older now. But
They'll be older when they get done.
That's exactly right.
Hopefully the pandemic is over.
That's right.
Yes.
But I was up there working on One Piece, and I ran into Ian Sinclair in the hall, and he said, "Are you reading for My Hero?" And I said, "No." And he bullied me into He was like, "You are Lucy Christian. Go audition for that show." And I was like, "I don't understand. Why are you being so mean to me? But I'm so glad he did, because it would have been so sad if I hadn't. I ran out, and I remember I went out, and there were people waiting to read. And we have sides. Usually there's a binder, and inside it'll have the picture of the characters with a description and then your audition lines. So you can flip through and get a good idea of what they're going to ask you to do. Right. And the directors are, just FYI, if you find yourself, they'll say, hey, is there anybody you would like to read for? Because maybe they haven't considered you for something. But I was looking through, and so when I was looking at the characters, I ended up running back to Colleen's room and being like, hi, I'm not on the list.
You totally crashed the My Hero auditions.
Can I read for your show?
That's amazing.
Yes.
You may not know, but I'm Lucy Christian.
It worked out. Yes.
Hey, Ian Sinclair
According
just
to
told
Ian
me that I
Sinclair,
was Lucy Christian.
Ian
I should be
Sinclair
reading for this show.
So talk to Ian.
But it is super cool. And also, just as a kind of fun thing, I wasn't her initially, but I am also the voice of Recovery Girl now.
Yes.
So, yes. So I also get to tell All Might what for and give him what for every now and then, in addition to being Ochako.
I love it.
What about you, Justin? Did you read for other people?
I did pretty much. Oh my God, pretty much anyone I could get my hands on. I read for Bakugo, Todoroki, Manetta, I think.
Yeah.
Kaminari.
You were strongly considered for Manetta.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my life would be very different. I was All Might. I was almost All Might. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a situation, like, as everyone has said, this seems like it's going to be a pretty big deal. So I'm going to read for everyone, see what sticks. Right. And wow. It's,
Manetta would have stuck.
Yes. I tried my best.
Yes.
Somebody out there, their favorite character is Manetta, and they're like,
Why are you hating Manetta?
Is anybody in here's favorite character Manetta?
oh! Yay, Manetta lover! Go, great juice!
Sticky balls.
Just stay in the corner.
All right, my favorite question to ask is, doing these conventions, whether you're at your table, in the green room, passing somebody in the hallway, is there one other con guest that you have absolutely fanboyed and flipped out about? Oh.
Yes. So first of all, I love conventions because we get to meet you guys and hang out, and I get to hang out with these folks. Like the fact that Lucy and I get to go to conventions again after all of these years is super, super fun. But I was a child of the 80s, and this movie came about when I was about 12 called The Lost Boys.
Oh my gosh.
I must have watched that movie like 150 times. Like, I told my mom I wanted to be a vampire. She was like, I'm a little worried about you, but I'll take you to see it again because it was rated R. So I absolutely just loved The Lost Boys. And a few years ago, our agent actually has Jason Patric and Kiefer Sutherland on his roster. And so we all went to Long Island, or no, Rhode Island. Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Very different.
Very different.
Very different.
Whoopsies.
One's actually an island.
We went to Rhode Island Comic-Con, and they were there. And I never thought that I was going to get to meet them. But I had told Gilbert, our agent, like, hey, oh my gosh, Jason Patric, Kiefer Sutherland. He actually I was at my table signing, and then this gentleman is standing there, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Michael from The Lost Boys! And just like that, y'all. Sorry for your ears. And so he came over to take a photo with me, and I was like, my inner 12-year-old was just like, and the whole time I'm like, oh, hello, Mr. Patrick. It's so nice to meet you. How am I keeping it together? And then that night we had what we call a family dinner where the whole agency will get all of their guests together and we all have dinner, and in walks freaking Kiefer Sutherland. And I'm real pale. I tried to keep it together, but I was red. But you know what he did? Talk about a guy who really does not need any introduction. He walked around the table to each individual person and was like, hello, my name's Kiefer Sutherland. I'm like, I know! But he was really great. So it's kind of nice. You know, they say don't meet your heroes, but every once in a while. I mean, I don't know if they were my heroes because they were vampires, but maybe just a little bit. What about y'all?
David?
There are several, but I got to meet Christopher Lloyd, and yeah, I just love his body of work, not only as an actor but as a producer. He comes from the theater that I respect. So yeah, he's the first person that comes to mind. There are several people on the Sons of Anarchy cast that I got to meet that I was like, oh my God, I love that show. But one of the main ones was I got to do a convention. It was a smaller convention in Amarillo, I want to say, and there were not very many guests there. I think I was the only voice acting guest. And the headlining guest was Edward James Olmos. And so I got to ride in the car to the airport with him. We chatted, we sat at the airport. He was learning lines for, I forget the name of the show. It was a spin-off of Sons of Anarchy. So anyway, those are what come to mind, yeah. I love that guy. His journey is amazing too.
Lucy?
Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride.
As you wish.
Yes, yes.
So I'm not much of one to have that like fan freak out type moment. But I have been a lifelong fan and collector of Transformers. I have a ridiculous collection because it's 30 years old at this point. But in the last convention we did before lockdown, we were at this con, and my wife is Krista McGuire, who's also a voice actor. We were at the con together. We were in the green room eating lunch. In come these two older gentlemen with their wives, and they grabbed their food and they asked, they're like, "May we sit here?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so everybody introduces themselves, and my name's Peter. This is my wife. It says his wife's name, and this is Frank, and this is his wife, and whatnot. And so we're all just sitting and talking. We're talking about the internet at the hotel and like all these sorts of things. And do you know about the secret bathroom and like all these sorts of little things, right?
There's always a secret bathroom.
There's always a secret
Always a
bathroom.
secret bathroom.
There's always a secret bathroom. And I haven't found this one yet, but I will. And so usually at cons, I will like go out onto the show floor and I'll like look for any Transformers that I might not have in my collection and stuff, or that I'm interested in, things like that. But I had already done that at this show, and made any purchase I'd wanted and whatever. And so Kristen was like, "All right, I'm going to go back out to the table." And I was like, "I'm going to go back out in a few minutes and whatnot." And so she goes off and whatnot. And the gentlemen have to go to their panel, so they leave. And then I go out to the floor. Jump ahead to that night. She and I are getting ready for bed. And she goes, "Those guys we ate lunch with were really nice. I wonder who they were." And I went, "Are you telling me that you don't know who those guys were?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Their names are Peter Cullen and Frank Welker." And she's like, "Okay." And I was like, "That's Optimus Prime and Megatron." And she goes, "Oh, so that was like a big deal for you." And I was like, "You really didn't know who they were?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so lucky you didn't embarrass me." She's like, "What?" I was like, "What if you had been like, do you want to go and look for Transformers?" And she's like, "How inconsiderate would I have been to have been interested in your interests?" So that is a very funny conversation that she and I still have to this day. It comes up, we'll be doing something. I'm like, "This is just like that time you almost embarrassed me in front of Peter Cullen and Frank Welker." So that's about the closest to a fan out moment that I had, which was just where she was like, "I wonder who they were." It's like,
you don't know who that was?
You don't know who that was? Yeah.
I love so it wasn't important for you.
Right. So, that was a big deal for you. Yeah, that was kind of a big deal. So.
Justin?
Yeah,
I mean, besides Christopher Sabat.
Right.
Besides.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to get distracted by my neighbors if I'm sitting next to someone that I recognize. So, like, for instance, I've been next to Jodie Benson before, voice of Ariel, voice of my childhood. And I would spend, swaths of time just looking over there and seeing her interact with the kids and everything. People would be in my line, like, can I get an autograph? I'm like, what do you want? What? I'm in the middle of something. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, and it's happened with Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, and all everyone, and he's doing all his like Yahoo and everything, and I'm like, this rules, man. I'm so glad I came to this convention. What do you want? Can someone deal with these people? But yeah, I really appreciate all of the media that these folks come out to promote, and so I'm a fan as well. And yeah, it's super cool to see how they interact with folks. I will say, I was starstruck once. I had just seen Good Omens, like just blew through that series, and then the convention I went to that weekend, David Tennant was there.
Oh, dude.
And I ended up.
freak out.
I was
I would
getting my
have a
coffee.
freak out moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was getting coffee before me. He was waiting for his like Keurig to finish up, and I stood there like a little imp. I know, and I couldn't muster up any courage. I was like, I just saw you kick ass on TV. And I don't.
So you know what's going to happen next time we're at a convention with David Tennant.
He'll be like, I loved your work
I'm
in
gonna
My
go over there
Hero.
and be like, have you met my friend Justin?
It would
I'm
make
just
my
think- I'm
life
thinking of
if
all
he
the
said that
awkward
he
things you could have
liked your
said.
work on My Hero. It would make my life.
Do any of you guys have any questions out there? All right, so we have two microphones right there. Before we get to yours, I have one more question, and this is mainly for Justin, and it's because I like your answer on this subject so much, and that is the subject, and you are all familiar, shipping, and and what are your thoughts and feelings about the fandom and their shipping of characters who may not be together or who or in separate realms? I really love your opinion on this. So can you share?
Okay. My darlings, my dears. It is unfortunate that we can't really discuss shipping too much. It's not really. It's kind of above our pay grade. But like, let me tell you, I think it's really amazing to meet everyone and see how passionate they are and see what characters they resonate with. Everyone reads media differently. Everyone approaches a text differently based on your upbringing, your personality, who you are now, who you are 5 years from now. And I think it is honestly, utterly fascinating to see who you end up shipping with who, where you find evidence for whatever you're thinking, where there's no evidence at all, maybe even. You're just having fun with it. And I truly think it is the coolest thing. I'm not the arbiter of anyone's enjoyment or fulfillment. And I just say, do you. I really appreciate all of the passion and energy that you put into subjects like these. So yeah, that's all. Unfortunately, I can't say much more than that. I've seen sort of our loose opinions get weaponized in the fandom, and that's what I don't want at all. I want you all to engage with us positively and have a great time, because we all love the show so much, and we love these characters. So my favorite ship is your favorite ship.
That was so good, Justin.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start over here to our right. Yeah, all right. Hello, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Callie. I'm from Everett.
Hi.
Hello.
My question goes out to those of you who read for Manetta and luckily got different roles. Could you possibly do the voices you did while reading for Manetta? Very curious.
So the funny thing is what I did actually was similar to what Brina did, because I don't know why, but when somebody's kind of weird, I think.
Gosh, you guys, have you seen the boobs on that girl?
I feel everybody just saying that. Love you, Brina.
Sabrina, love you. Yes.
Did you audition for you?
I did not audition
read
for
for
Manetta.
I think you should do it anyway.
No.
Yeah,
I just
don't.
did Todoroki's voice for Manetta. It was really, it was calming and, lovable.
Say, eat my sticky balls.
Yeah. I didn't give him a list, but I think I just made him like kind of gross, like. Eat my sticky balls.
Yeah.
It definitely gives him a different vibe.
That's like the Beavis and Butthead version of that.
He's like more
That is
menacing.
awesome.
I
yeah.
love that, yeah.
Kind of tracks for Manetta. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, over here. Hello.
Hi, my name's Josh, and I'm from Kirkland.
Hello.
Hi. Love the show. I'm not afraid to admit all five of you have made me cry. My question is, your My Hero characters, are there any other genres you could see them in, like zombie, space opera, fantasy? I mean, I know a lot of people want that fantasy AU from one of the endings.
I could definitely appear on a National Geographic special about frogs.
No, you have to narrate one. That would be amazing.
And then the horny spiked toad ran into the bushes, and I'm a bad frog. I don't even know what they do. It ate a fly. Would you all watch that show?
I mean, yes.
It's like the Snoop Dogg videos of animals, but
Oh my
Tsuyu
God.
instead.
I would love that. I would watch that.
What show would Todoroki be on?
He would be probably in the DC universe somewhere. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what show exactly. Although I would rather him be in the Marvel. I don't know. Here's what would happen. He would start in DC, and then there would be some crazy crossover into Marvel. That'd be the growth. I mean, I don't know if that could happen, but anyway.
It's happened. It's happened.
Yeah.
I don't even know about Ochako. I don't even know.
Space.
Space. Yeah.
She would be in Outlander.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's too pure. Oh my gosh.
That's why she'd be.
No, I could see her maybe on a sitcom though, like Facts of Life brought up to.
Yes.
Right? And she'd be like, "Oh, hi, Mrs. Garrett."
Gotta do my homework.
Yeah.
I really just would want Bakugo to be one of the Old Spice spokespeople. Just look at your man! Now look at me! I'm on a horse! I just feel like he has to advertise antiperspirant.
Dude,
It's gotta be
that's a great idea.
I'm on a horse.
I like the idea. Todoroki could do the Dos Equis most interesting man commercials. Yes.
You know as well as I do, you would just be advertising Icy Hot.
Yes. Icy hot. I'm on a horse.
The vapors.
Okay, Justin.
I could see Deku on VH1, I love the 90s sort of deal. Talking about back when we all watched All Might the animated series. It's pretty sick. Or I don't know, on some medical disaster show.
He's one of the guest speakers on the
Exactly.
Toys That Made Us.
Right.
For the My Hero universe.
This is clearly Bronze Age All Might.
He's on Antiques Roadshow with one of his.
Appraising. That's a great question.
Thank you. Thank
That
you
was
so
so
much.
fun.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Randy. I'm from Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Hi.
And I was wondering, have you guys ever considered having a podcast as a the McElroys are here, so I love them and I love you guys. Having a podcast as a group just to kind of talk about the industry and different things that have to do with voice acting and the work that you guys do.
You know, I don't think we've ever spoken specifically about that, but I have to tell you, I genuinely have so much fun on these panels with all of these people. That would be really, really fun.
Like, you might have just given us an idea.
Yeah. I mean, that would be so much fun. It would, yeah.
What do you guys think? Would you guys listen?
All right, guys, we got a new business venture.
Hey, all right.
I'm going to tell you guys a thing that if I could figure out the legality of this, which it would be an absolute nightmare, I would love to do a Christmas album called My Heroic Christmas, where all of us got to sing in character, which I'm telling you right now, it would be a terrible, terrible, the legality of it would be so difficult.
But that would be so fun.
But I just think about the thought of Twice singing Baby It's Cold Outside with himself, protesting that he has to go, but he also has to stay. That's so funny. And I really, really just want the I don't even know what the song is called, but it's the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas song. It's yeah, that one. Because I just want Bakugo to be like, I just want a hula hoop. I just think it would be the funniest idea, and I have no idea how to legally make that okay. But I want you all to know that I've thought about it a lot.
And it will debut on the first episode of our podcast. Awesome, dude.
Thank you so much. Hello over here.
Hi, so my name is Conrad, and I'm from Seattle. I did graduate Western in 2020, spring of 2020.
Nice.
After 5 years.
Way to make it.
Thank you, and it's a hallelujah moment. It's good to be back at ComCon, and you guys were super awesome when I saw you guys at the autograph. I was trying to practice my socialization skills, to be honest, because it's been so long, and you guys are the best. But anyways, my question is, what is one thing you're looking forward to during the holiday season?
The debut of our Christmas album. Sorry, I had to bring it back immediately.
We know people. We know audio engineers, arrangers.
It's the licensing, though. The licensing's the part.
I know. Yeah.
That's the part I don't know.
But they managed to do it.
It's true. It's true.
Release it on iTunes. Yes. I'm gonna get to see my family. We didn't travel obviously last year, so I'm looking forward to that. And if all goes well, I'm taking my kids to Disney. Oh. So in the first part of January. So I'm they've never been.
Land or world?
World. Yes.
So it'll be their first time? Oh,
It'll be their first time.
That's exciting. For me, it's a pretty simple family's always been really important to me, and life gets so busy, and that kind of quality time where I can just relax as well, and we're just hanging out as I get older, is just so invaluable to me. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And also just the chance to slow down, and even amongst all the, Christmas madness, you can just hang with family, and I'm looking forward to that.
Same. Time off.
Yeah.
All the same.
Rock on. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again.
Over here. How you doing? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Blue. I am from St. Helens, Oregon.
Hi.
And I was wondering if there was a moment in the booth that you had that is your favorite line for your character for My Hero.
Our favorite line?
Favorite line?
Mine, it's from Heroes Rising. And it reigns supreme. Heroes Rising is still my favorite part of My Hero. But never say again, which is Detroit Smash!
My favorite line, I really love that Tsuyu is super sweet, but she's also a little sad. Yeah.
And then he won every popularity poll. And continues to do so.
To be fair, I have to say this. I'm just a little segue, y'all. Ladies, we need to step it up because a popularity poll came out recently and there was not a single female character on that
Not a one.
list.
I know.
So,
I know.
ladies and gentlemen, let's change that. It doesn't have to be Ochako or Robbie. Ari,
That's right.
let's get a lady on that
Hello.
list. Just one lady. We'll start with baby stuff. What about you? What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite line?
I do, but I have to say, if you've seen the third, I won't do it because no spoilers if you haven't seen it. But the third movie, Todoroki really got to kind of come out of his shell a little bit. Not only in working with the team and with Midorya and Bakugo, but also in his fighting. Like, he really went for it. And fun fact, we did that scene and we had about 10 minutes left and it's the scene, like the big battle scene that he's in, right? And we had about 10 minutes left and we had just moved on from it. And I said to Colleen, I was like, Colleen, I want to get that again. Can we do that section again? So this was me asking to shred my voice again, right? But I felt like it was so important, and I had an instinct about it, and I was like, can we do that again? And she was like, look, we have got to finish this. We have 5 minutes. Let's finish. We had like 4 more cues left. If we have time, we'll go back. And I was like, okay. So we got it done. We went back, and she goes, I really didn't think you were gonna beat it, but that's the one we're gonna keep. So that's the one that's in the movie. So I love that moment just because of the character's growth and my instinct about like, let me get one more. The other line I like is, hey Midorya, what are you, All Might's secret love child?
I will say one of my first favorite lines was way back in the beginning after Ochako was when she was trying to give her points to Deku, and when she was trying to describe him, and she was like, he's this and that. He doesn't really look like anything. Like, it's just, she's not mean at all. But anyway, that just made me laugh. But my most recent favorite line was probably in season 4. It doesn't give anything away, but it's one that kind of flies under the radar, but I really loved it. It was when everything looks very bad, and Night Eye essentially says, it's pointless. You should just give up. It looks bad. I've seen it. It's bad. And Ochako, because she will not quit, sort of rallies and says, there's no future except the one you create. And she busts out, and it's awesome. I loved it.
I'm gonna go with Heroes Rising as well. There's a moment toward the end when Deku's speaking to All Might, and he's apologizing. I won't, go too far into it as well. But that whole recording process for that movie was so quick and so tight, and I felt like I had to be on my A game the entire time and really just go for it. And so when we finally got to that scene toward the end, I just felt so dialed in and felt like it was really, really hitting. And that I remember being very proud of the work I got to do and just being so stoked to finally get to share it with everybody. So yeah, getting to see all that get on the big screen after all the really tough work we had to do to pull it together was really gratifying.
That one was nuts. We were recording the second movie at the same time as recording One's Justice 2.
The game, yeah.
And recording the season 4.
And there was 2 Colleen and I were both directing at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, like 2 different rooms were recording Heroes Rising. Monica directed me through most of Heroes Rising, actually. And
He's so good.
And
He's so good.
Justin's over here fighting Overhaul in the morning and then fighting 9 at night and like And I'm in there screaming my throat out in the morning for the movie, and then going to Okratron and screaming my throat out for the video game.
That was an intense
That
time.
was a wild month.
And then a couple of months later, the world shut down.
And then everything stopped.
Yep,
And then
it was
everything
so
stopped.
fast.
Crazy.
Speaking of 10 minutes, we do have a little bit less than 10 minutes remaining, so we're going to try to get through as many questions as possible.
Rapid fire.
We will.
Ready?
We'll
All
go fast.
Hello.
Short answers.
Hi, my name's Eva. I'm from Boise, Idaho.
Yes.
My question for you is, we've kind of seen My Hero get a lot darker in terms of the themes it's dealing with. We saw that a lot in the last movie. So my question was just, how have you kind of made that mental jump, I guess, or changed how you approach your character?
I've got a real short answer. No change was needed for Todoroki. I mean, that's not totally true, but in fact, he's gotten a little bit more expressive, and I don't know what that says about the show gets darker and he comes out of his shell. But I'll just leave it at that.
It's providing
Right.
a lot of opportunity for growth. You know, of their skills and all of it.
I think we're growing with our characters too. Like we are kind of like, you get this kind of symbiotic relationship once you've been voicing a character for a while. And I feel like as it gets darker, more of our personalities start to kind of seep into those characters a little bit too, which is really interesting to watch because when he's coming out of a shell, you're probably seeing a little bit more of David putting his heart and soul into it too. So.
Yep.
Good question.
Yeah, great question.
Good.
Hello.
Hello. My name's Sarah, and my question is, what would you consider your character's fatal flaw?
Fatal flaw? Ooh.
It's hard being so perfect.
Does it have to be fatal? Hey. Can't it just be like a mistake?
I think Tsuyu is incredibly trusting, and she loves her friends, and I always worry that one of them could be not so nice, and that could get her in trouble.
Nobody else has an answer?
Deku can be a little too willing to put himself in harm's way, I think. He could stand to practice just a little more self-care.
Maybe he shouldn't go eat people's hair either. Like that would be.
Yeah.
Eat one person's hair, and then suddenly all my bones are broke.
I forget. That'll open up another
See, I
can of
don't
worms.
know that Ochako has a flaw. I might say, but I mean, I might say that
How
her.
Bakugo of you.
I know. I might say that her flaw would be not being able to express her feelings. But the flip side of that is she's still young, and I admire that she is protective of herself and of her friendships and doesn't want to screw things up. And that is a very normal and probably healthy thing. So.
Short answer, because we're lightning round or whatever. I just think maybe guarding himself a little too much, staying stuck in his head. I think he's learning from that, but I think that can get in his way, and we saw that get in his way, not passing the provisional licensing exam, being attached to the anger and resentment towards his dad, things like that.
Hello.
Hi, so my name's Alex, and my question is for Justin. And so My Hero really brought me and my sister closer together, and I was wondering if you could help me embarrass her because she loves you.
It brought us together, and now I want it to drive us apart.
Now I'm gonna get her.
Well, it's fun. But so I was wondering if you could say, like, I love you, Kenzie, for her. She's actually here tonight, so that's...
Kenzie, I love you and keep going beyond.
Woo! Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Jude Salam.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, what are your thoughts on my new episode idea?
Great.
The
Go for it, kid. You got this.
You got this, come on.
and it's an episode where one of the characters gets COVID.
You know who would get COVID and spread it to everybody?
Well-
All Might.
Yeah,
That's right.
All Might.
he would.
He would.
It's that smile.
It's the coughing up the blood.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna just trust that that episode ends with Recovery Girl coming in clutch.
Yes.
Smooch! Yes.
I think that's
We
brilliant.
love it.
Yes. We
Yes.
love it. Approve.
Thank you.
And we have no power whatsoever.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kennedy.
Hi.
Just a quick question. Due to my cosplay is based on Queen Explosion Murder, but I was thinking.
Nobody up here is listening. They're all just like mesmerized.
Sparkly.
You look amazing.
I actually want to know, did you guys have any cringy moments in your first year of high school?
Oh, like every day.
So long ago.
Yes.
I was a theater kid. Can you imagine anything more cringe? Right.
I was in marching band.
I was too! Yes!
Yes. Alto saxophone.
Bet
Yes.
trombone, trombone!
I was also an alto sax in band. Yeah.
I was with Justin. I was a theater kid.
Do we have any theater kids out there?
Yes.
Anybody in band? Woo! All right, I think they're in the right room.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yes, it was all cringy.
So awkward. Yes.
It truly gets better.
It was,
guys.
you know,
It gets better.
even when I thought it wasn't cringy later in high school, it was still really cringy.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Sophia. I'm from here in Seattle. And I was going to ask you what your favorite quote was in the show, but someone asked a question similar to it. So instead, I'm going to ask, what is your favorite running gag in all of My Hero Academia? It doesn't have to be ongoing currently, just as long as it was there for more than one episode.
Oh, running
From any
gag.
character, doesn't have to be your own.
I hated Bakugo's combed hair. I hated it. Like, all of the scenes where Bakugo's angry about that, that's not acting. Like, I was actually angry. I was like, this is so terrible.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
So, that's probably my favorite running gag because it's the one that caused the most emotional turmoil for me. So,
I love.
My-
Oh, go ahead.
Please go.
Oh no, please. After you.
No, you know.
Okay.
I don't have a
it's
lot of
Monica's
gags.
I love Deku's muttering. And it's really fun for me because, it is scripted, and basically the direction is go as long as you can. And so I'll just rattle through a paragraph of nonsense, and you can't even really make it out, but it's just a ton of fun.
Mine is less, it's my favorite running gag is an entire relationship, which is the Todoroki Bakugo, friendship.
Yes!
That dynamic of don't tell me what to do, I love it. I love it.
I guess it's a running gag, but it's because she doesn't do it so often. But whenever Ochako barfs rainbows,
I'll count that.
I always go, oh right, I do that. Yeah.
I don't know. There's this is not a running gag, but you know how Todoroki will do the breath out of after freezing. I love that, but in the third movie, I'm gonna fanboy out about my own character for a minute. He puts the fire out of his hair with this Danny Zuko cool thing. It's so fierce. I need a gif of that.
Unfortunately, it is time to boo because our time is up.
I know.
But just so you guys know, we all decided that we were going to go back to our tables after this. I know it's not in the schedule, so we will be back over at the autograph section after this. So.
Yes.
So before we wrap up, though, give a little small, quick 5-10 second answer of what the My Hero fans mean to you personally.
Oh my gosh, quickly.
It's hard to
How do you do that in
I
5
know.
to 10 seconds?
Yeah.
You guys are all my precious little angels, and I can't tell you how much I adore you, and you give me strength. And every time I go in to voice Tsuyu,
I think of you guys, so just know that you are behind every single moment of that.
Yeah, you guys are the show. Like, you are the show. What you give to us, it fuels us to continue to do the job that we do. It's a symbiotic give and take relationship, and it's like it's everything. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. 100% that.
100% that. Anime changed my life and the trajectory of my life. And if anybody watches our show, what I hope you take away from it is that there is a place and a purpose for everybody, and everybody has something to share, and it's valuable and worthy.
Indeed.
I feel like I can only echo everybody else is that you guys mean so much to us, and you bring us all your stories and the way that the show connects to us, and that you bonded with your sister over it. Now you want to embarrass her, like, things like that.
Favorite running game.
Those are the things that, we carry those with us, for years, and here we are. Some of you guys were 15 when the show started, and now you're 20. And you're still with us, and in all sorts of ages like that.
Amazing.
And I mean, you guys keep the show moving, and we are thrilled to continue to be a part of it.
There is none of this show, none of us up here without your love and support, and the fact that you are so show is the coolest thing in the world. My Hero has changed my life. Maybe it's changed your life as well. And I think that's just cause for celebration. I'm so glad to be a part of this with all of you.
Yes. So please stand up and give it up for our cast of My Hero Academia.